Amanda, welcome to you.
Hi, Kelly. So something to know a little bit about Secretary Mattis's character. I was at the Pentagon earlier today, and at 6:15 a.m., Secretary Mattis was at his desk on the 3rd floor of the Defense Department. So this, by all accounts, is another day and a very demanding schedule for Secretary of Defense James Mattis.
We heard a lot when he was first made Defense Secretary about what a unique and incredible person he is and his work ethic over the years, Amanda. What did you see traveling with him that gives you some insight about the significance of his decision to resign and also to send that letter as sharply worded as it was?
Right. So the key point of his resignation is that he was not willing to abandon allies. And when Secretary Mattis was welcoming his defense counterparts at the Pentagon, he definitely stressed the importance of America's relationships, despite having a president that pushed for American first policies. And when he wasn't at the Pentagon with allies, he was on the road. And so in September, I had the opportunity to travel with Secretary Mattis. We went around the globe, and just to give you a little bit of color of what our last day on a week-long trip with Mattis looked like, we began the day in New Delhi, India. Our day started around 4:30 in the morning. In a shroud of secrecy, we were shuttled over to Afghanistan. We spent a couple of hours on the ground in Afghanistan, and by dinner time, we were in UAE. 22-hour flight back home to Washington, D.C. It was the morning of Mattis's 68th birthday. The next step at 5 a.m. was to go to the Pentagon and get some work done.
Okay, so I'm going to step it up a little over here after hearing those kinds of stories. But Amanda, the president had a little while ago kind of referred to him as a Democrat in terms of his politics and maybe some of their differences on national security. Anything more that would tell you, look, this amounted to political differences? He just broke with the president, I guess, when it comes to what America's role should be in the world right now.
Right. We've been watching sort of a dissolving relationship between Secretary Mattis and President Trump. And in the beginning, when Trump tapped Mattis to become his Secretary of Defense, he referred to him as Mad Dog and, General Mattis. So he's very much enamored with Mattis. But, we watched a couple of things happen in the White House that didn't necessarily match policy in the Pentagon. And a lot of the times, my Pentagon press reporters that I often consult with, it seemed as though the Pentagon was caught off guard on a lot of policies, everything from suspending the exercises in South Korea to troops to the border to the military parade. And now, with the withdrawal in Syria, definitely seemed that the Pentagon was caught on its back foot. And now we're looking at Afghanistan, a possible withdrawal of 7,000 troops. Right. So, the alignment wasn't necessarily there. And Secretary Mattis made that very clear in his letter by saying, you deserve to find a Secretary of Defense that's more in line with your worldview. Yeah, a pointed statement. And I guess it was the straw that broke the camel's back, or maybe more than a straw. Amanda, thank you so much.